Well, here we are at the fabulous Lindholme Lakes for the 11th round. Yeah, 11th. I know it's been going on for 4 years now, but it's the 11th round of the Tuesday Speedy Areo Lindholme Bomb and Feeder League. And it's getting to the nitty-gritty stage now. And there's 5 people can win it, I reckon, although probably not win it, but certainly get it money. Me, Righty, Emma, the Doc, and Eddie Bryden. And I needed them to draw. Not so good today. Would you believe it? They've all drawn bunghole. Because we're throwing weights away. I'm throwing a 27, Emma a 30, Righty a 23, the Doc 37, right, that's a big weight, and I think Eddie 30 something as well, so we've all got to top them weights before we start adding up, but it's really hotting up now, so the next 2 weeks, because 2 to go, and then we're paying out the money. So where we all drawn? Right, Emma's on strip, she's on peg 19 at the middle of the strip. She could get a daft weight if they're in the middle of the strip, and I'd want to be there today. I think it's shallower, nice wind, it's warm. When it's that warm, I've got my jackets off, look. I've got my jacket off there and everything. I've even got my peak hat on. Look, you can see it. Right. So, the Doc's on 57, pleasure fishing. I hope he's bought a day ticket over there with that brown van is. That's his van. Look at all the room he's got there. Wind blowing in. He could get a daft weight. Eddie, 23 on the point again on Benny's. This is Benny's. That's twice he's drawn that recently. And the one I didn't want to be on here, I needed him to be on Bonsai. Righty has drawn bunghole 5. Just exactly where you want to be. At the weekend, all the fish were in this corner, and I've drawn peg 12. I've drawn peg 12. Now, you might remember this. I'm on the far bank. There you go. Look. And I'm 14 other week. On the first match of the series, I won the match for £112 or something like that. JK outside. And what a fisherman he is, and he's going to catch some fish. Other day there was an open match. I know it was pole fishing, but it was one on, I think 10 won it and 5 were second. So all the fish were in this area, and that tells you that they're moving. And I came down yesterday. Now David purchased fishes. He had an hour's fishing over there with Dave Bell. Yeah, Dave Bell's getting into it, and they're getting liners and all sorts. So a lot of fish in that back. But they're getting lines, which tells you the fish are moving. When they were feeding, there were fish moving, so what can I catch from this? Well, I could catch any kind of weight. I might catch nothing. Big fish just come up in the middle, just there, which is what I don't want to see, because that means they're in the wind, and that'd be not so good for me, because the wind's straight off my back. So I've changed today. No guru bread, you can see that's gone now. I've finished with that guru bread. So I've got my corn in sensate, I've got my pellets that's been soaked overnight in sensate. I've got 4mm pellets, and as you can see, I think now it's a pellet job, straightforward. But the good news is I've started to get a bit of kit to come through. I've got a keep net, look now, you can see the little net there. See that net, look at that beauty. Hopefully it'll be filled today, and I've got myself a new old door, look. Every rod I need for commercial fishing in that. Look how beauty that is. Umbrella pockets and lot. That's a cracker, that, I must admit. New landing nets, look at that. I've got landing nets, and it's all coming through now. Main stuff's not coming wild March, but it's slowly coming through. And I've only set 2 a bomb and a hybrid. Straightforward today. I think these fish, the trouble is now, what happens is these fish want to come shallow. So I've got my 2 10-foot horizons. One is a prototype, it's a softer model for next year, and one is the one in the catalogue this year. So I've got my feeder on the one, and on my soft one I've got my bomb one. So we're moving it right direction. But what happens here, when you start loose feeding now, the fish come shallow, and they're always hard to catch on a feeder or a bomb. So you've got to try and be a bit cuter than that. Maybe feed a bit heavier to get some down on the bottom. And the fish might want to be in shallower water, and so what I'll be doing, I'm only going to fish a feeder like 25 yards to start with. Loose feed pellets about 15 metres, 16 metres over the same line, so I'll get some indications. It tells me that they've moved in, and then I've got my 2 edge line. Now I'm expecting to catch in these edges today. if I don't catch some fish in these, I'll be gobsmacked, because even yesterday the fish were the big ones and all the big fish. So I think it'll be 25 yards for an hour on my bomb line, and then finish up down the side. And my target is 20 F1s, which will give me 55 to 60. You don't normally catch a carper, you might get one, but that's about it. But I want 20 to 25 F1s, that'll give me a counter, and just hope that Righty and other lads don't catch them, but they will, because it's fishing better. This is lake I wanted to draw, but I didn't want them to draw, and unfortunately they are, so we'll probably all finish up with a similar weight. But I'll let you know. But I'm not grumbling, because I think the trouble is not 5 of us will have a weight today. And when I say a weight, I'm on about a £50 plus, and then it'll go down to the wire. And the only one that really sucks is Righty, because he's in front. But that's fishing, and we'll do our best to let you know how we get on. Wow, I didn't expect that today. That was, see that top in there, right? See that fish top in there? I reckon we've seen 200, maybe 300. They've been topping all day, all over the lake. I've never seen out like it, none of us have. And we couldn't get a bite. I've got 15 F1s, so I've got might have £40, which will be a counter, throwing 27 away. So, but honestly, I can't believe how many fish we've seen top. Just zooming round up, see if we can see another one. That all on surface, and this part here is the deepest part. And honestly, I just like, wow. I've had 15 F1s. JK Sarah's only had 5, and he can fish. That lad can fish. They've been topping. We've been feeding and everything. Everything was shallow, and this is 8 foot deep here. And I've caught 10 there, side at reeds, just there. I mean, side at reeds, just there. There. And I've had 5 in that little gap there, just that, in that little gap there. I've had 5 there, and that's the only place I've caught. I've not had a bite out there, not had one bite. I've been loose feeding pellets, and I just couldn't catch out. I think Eddie's probably got same as me, something like that. Righty's got probably, he might have a dozen. Alex has got about 22, I think, over there, so he's going to have a count. He might have caught me up, Alex, now, although he's throwing a 37 away. And our Emma went hour to go, she had 16 F1s and a carp, so she's going to have a count as well. So I'm not going to go anywhere. Another fish just topped over there, but honestly, they've been topping there, everywhere you've looked. There's been fish topping. It's been quite staggering. Typical. I've gone on it and I've only seen that one fish top. So I've got £40. Another one just out there just topped, and it's like, I mean, they've been topping everywhere, like inside everywhere, and catching them, wow, it's just and the only place I could catch it, side at reeds, sat there, said they're gone. And I finished up with 50. I've had 15 bites and 15 F1s, so I'm going to have £40, which will be a little counter. It's not going to gain out, and Alex might just pull a bit back, but I'll let you know how we get on anyway. Right, that were a really weird day today. I mean, I've never seen as many fish top on that complex. It was ridiculous how many fish have topped today, and we couldn't get a bite. All fish was shallow, and you needed to get into some shallow water, and where we were, there is no shallow water. It's like 8 foot deep. It's quite deep. I mean, JK's had 5 fish. I mean, and then I think Righty on has had £30. I've had £40. My 15 went £40, and Alex had one late was £71. He had 24. He says they'll get bigger, but he could chuck on that point where it's shallow. And there were 2 people then could, because Rich Bloom could chuck on the same spot, and they've it's a good job really. Alex would have had about £150, I think, if he hadn't done. But you just had to get to some shallow water, and the one on where we were. So really like frustrating, because even I've had 15 F1s and I've caught them all in the edge, and even that's deep there. Even that's really deep. and I've had to wait for a bite. It's sat there, then you think, oh, crikey, and then it's gone. And after an hour and a half, we went to the bite, went to the fish, and there's fish topping all over. You just thought they're going to turn up any minute, but you just got one out at below it. Weird. Really strange day. So anyway, that's with one to go now, and I think Alex is £71. We're throwing away, I think, 37, so he's got about £24 on his total. No, £34 on his total. I think I've gained, I was throwing 27 away, 40 for £13. Our Emma's weighed 54, she was throwing a 30, so she's got £24. And Righty's gained £9. So I think Emma and Righty are really close, and I think me and Alex now are really close for third and fourth. So we want to go. It's really tight at the top. So, but honestly, like, what? It was just a strange day. It was weird, and just caught on. All I've caught a little hybrid chucking it outside, but I think everybody's caught on an hybrid. I don't think hardly any fish on corn now. But that were weird. There were millions of fish. Honestly, you can't. When I say I've seen 200 fish top today, I've probably seen more. That's how many fish have topped in our lake. Not just where I've been, everywhere. It was unbelievable. So I've had £40, come away frustrated, and so it's wheels have come off it a little bit at the moment. So we can still win it though, but I need to wait next week. And Alex has had a 1 and a 2 last 2 weeks, so he's caught me back up. I think. I don't think there's a lot in me and Alex now, but he'll be throwing a big weight away now. He'll be throwing like a 50-odd pound away, whereas I'm chucking the 40 that I've caught today. But you've got to catch that, you know. So we'll wait and see. But one to go, all to play for now. And what I'll do, I'll have a little tot up after tomorrow's match at Allcroft. There's one on each after tomorrow, so I'll give a little tot up Thursday or Friday with the 2 leagues and where we are. But can't believe it. They're coming to the end, and then next week are the last ends, and that's it for the winter. The winter's over, so roll on the spring. So now I like getting some dripping out at fridge and put it on some toast, and that's it. 'Cause I'm not one enough for a Chinese. Have a great night.